Hello, this is Rod, Live Within Your Means. Hey, I had 5 trays. Actually, 4 of these had morels drying on them in the 90-degree weather today. It's Sunday, what is it, June the 9th? I think that's what it is, but I'm really a little bit uncertain. It is Sunday, and it is second Sunday in June 2024. So I had a lot of these morels. These were great big pieces that I cut up. They were drying. They've been drying great out here in the 90-degree weather we've had. But a wind came along and blew a whole bunch of these off. And I picked some up off the steps here, but the truth is a lot of those have gone. This is a fourplex down into the neighbors, down on their steps. And I was just realizing, instead of just sweeping those up and throwing them away, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a broom and let me grab the broom really quick here, and I've got something playing for a sec here. Where is it? There we go. Yes. So I'm going to sweep these up, and since they're full of spores and they've only been exposed to natural heat, hopefully that hasn't hurt them at all, but I'm going to sweep these up and I'm going to blend them up into my spore water, and that way it's really going to be dense with spores. So now I've got some other mushrooms that I had with those a little bit, but that was just I really don't anticipate there's going to be much from those. Those were some king oyster mushrooms, so those white pieces down there, that was some king oyster mushrooms that I cut up. And well, we'll just sweep these all up and blend them in. Use the blender and blend that stuff right into our spore water is what I'm calling it. So since I'm well aware that a lot of these were very mature mushrooms and probably just very full of millions of spores, we'll just make that spore water even richer than it was. And I actually took some of that up last evening and poured it up in some pine needles up in the mountains. Oh, gotta clean this up. So, yeah, why have it all go to waste, right? There we go. Kind of a bummer to have that happen. But I did get a lot of mushrooms. And I don't care if there's a little bit of dirt and leaves and stuff in this, because this is just going to be poured out into the pine needles up in the mountains. So, let's see. There we go. Don't really need the grass in there, but a few elm seeds. Yeah, we'll take those out. Oh, goodness. This blew all over the place. Let's see. I think we've got a lot of it. But boy, those mushrooms really dry up small. Now I've got a whole bunch of spore water left. I dumped out 2 gallons last night. I've actually got 3.5 gallons left. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this. Thank goodness I got a few trays of the not everything fell, but a lot of them did. And so I'm gonna put this into the blender. Sure, my wife would be thrilled, but I will wash it back out. See, I've got 2 gallons of spore water right there. Got another gallon and a half in the car. Who would have thought, right? But I am going to use this and use it well. So Yum, yum, huh? Things happen, and what do they say? You know, if you get lemons, nature gives you lemons, then make lemonade. Well, if nature gives you the morels and then they get blown by nature, make some spore water. Here we go. Go. So I will be putting this back in. Grab my funnel. I'm going to be putting some of that back into these and mixing these up a little bit better. There we go. Got some chunky stuff in there, don't we? Alrighty. And I'm not worried about exactly how much is going in because we're just trying not to waste what we've got here. So, alrighty. I've actually got another gallon jug, I just realized. So we'll grab another gallon jug over here. My wife just uses this to water her plants out there on the front steps. So what we're going to do is dump some of that out. And we'll pour a little bit in there. Yum, yum, yum. Alrighty. A little bit more in here. Yeah, we can put a little bit more in there. There we go. Put some of it in here. All we're doing is increasing the potency of this spore water. So I'm calling it Morel spore water. I've seen some other videos where some guys had blended up a bunch of morels and dumped it around to grow the mycelium in their soil, and had more morels coming up the next year in their yard. And yeah, I thought that was a great idea, and so we're just going to do that ourselves. Alrighty, there we go. I'm going to put a little bit more water in this because there's a bunch of stuff there in the bottom of it. And we're just going to rinse it out a little better. So what do you do, guys, if nature gives you dumps your morels, your dried morels? What do? Make some morelade, more spore water. There we go. Well, guys, we'll throw the lids on here, and we'll make good use of what we've got. So I've got some neighbors that have got a whole bunch of wood chips in their garden. In fact, they've got a pine tree over there with a whole bunch of needles. We already know these seem to do well in the acidic soil if it stays wet. So I'll probably get some of those, bunch of those pine needles from them or some others, and dump them over in my dad's place out back and see if we can't grow a little bit there too. We'll spread the good spores around. So this is Rod, and you know, take a look at the other videos. I appreciate when you give it a thumbs up, and especially if you put some comments down below, and that'll help it so that other people can see these things too. And I guess the more spores go around, the more mushrooms can grow, and the more people can eat them. Right, guys? So do your part. Thanks for your comments, the thumbs up, for subscribing to the channel. We'll try to have other things that will be useful to you. And have a wonderful day.